what is going on, everybody? Hantaayame here, and I am bringing you guys a video showing you my Opticor Vandal build. So, the Opticor Vandal, as you guys know, was a weapon that was rewarded through the Fractures event. If you sealed up 100 Fractures, you gained this beauty right here. Considered the little brother to the regular Opticor, this is a beam weapon, or I guess like a beam rifle, rather. I'm using a for fun build on here right now that you guys are going to see in a second. But yeah, it has a faster fire rate, faster charge up time, and I think a slightly higher crit chance than the regular Opticor. But you do lose a bit of damage. It's not as powerful as its bigger brother. So this kind of comes off as a bit of a side grade, and instead of an overall upgrade, kind of like a reimagining of the weapon. However, we're going to kind of take a look at it real quick, and we're going to take a good look at my build, and I'm going to show you guys what's up. Holy crap, don't let me kill myself. Okay, so we're going to come over here to the arsenal. As you can see, I'm using Trinity Prime. You know, check her out. Just a little fashion frame for you guys in the video. Yeah. All right, so cool. We're going to head over to here to the upgrade. So this is my for fun build. You don't have to really worry about this. I'm using Amalgam Serration for the movement speed, split chamber, heavy caliber, which I don't have maxed out yet. I need to work on that. But a split chamber, heavy caliber, vital sense, point strike, hunter's munitions, vile acceleration, and bladed rounds. This build works perfectly for the most part. You can swap out Amalgam Serration for regular Serration and swap out Vile Acceleration for Argon Scope if you want to do a bit more damage. But this, again, like I said, is just kind of a build for fun. I like the trade-off of Amalgam Serration because movement speed is super fun, and Vile Acceleration for even faster fire rate. So just really quickly, in case you guys want to get a good, like, look at this thing. It's absolutely hilarious, and I love it. The drop-off in accuracy, I believe that you get, is it accuracy or is it damage that you take? That Vile Acceleration takes off. Yeah, the minus 15% damage is honestly negligible. It's like 15% from my Serration. Not a big deal. But the build I actually want to show you guys is this one. This is the build that I run on a regular basis when using this weapon. Typically, my elemental combo will get swapped out based on what I was fighting. But we have Serration, Split Chamber, 100 Munitions, Bladed Rounds, Vital Sense, Point Strike, and then Infected Clip Stormbringer since I spent a lot of time in Relic missions and fighting Grineer, so Corrosive is going to be what's ideal against them. If it was Corpus, I would simply swap over to Gas, so we would change Stormbringer out for Hellfire. And Infested, it doesn't really matter. I just keep using Corrosive, or I could just double stack fire damage if I really wanted to, and that would also be a viable option. So, with that being said, this is essentially the build. As an alternative, if you guys don't want to use this build, what you can also use is this one, which is my viral bleed build, which has pretty much the same 4 mods here in the likes of Serration, Split Chamber, Vital Sense, and Point Strike. But I use Cryo Rounds, Infected Clip, and then I use 100 Munitions and Argon Scope. 100 Munitions because I want to get slash procs through my crit, and then I use Argon Scope to pump my crit up even more. Let me kind of come out of here real quick because all the red numbers make it pretty difficult. But yeah, as you can see, I have 60% crit chance. So with Argon Scope, that bumps it up just a bit more and it helps me out to get more crits. And then that means I get more slashes out of 100 Munitions. And then Cryo Rounds for the viral proc. We have about a 49% to proc it, so just call it 50 roughly. And yeah, so the reason why I don't use heavy caliber on my normal builds are just because heavy caliber to me, I don't feel I need it necessarily. I don't feel like it's super necessary on this build. I don't really mind the fall off in damage, but if you're someone who really liked the original Opticor and you are affected by that fall off in damage and you don't like it, then I recommend using heavy caliber. But to me, the trade-off of the fire rate and the higher crit chance and stuff like that, it doesn't really affect me as much. So without further ado, this is going to be the build. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to spawn in 8 Corrupted Heavy Gunners at level 105, which I believe is the max that I'm allowed to do. And we're going to go ahead and simulate. All right. So we come over here and we take a look at these guys here. So to get my effect from bladed rounds, I need to get my first kill here. But as you can see, when I hit them, like you can see the damage already, right? Look at that. And these are level 105 enemies, right? So this is like pretty close to your max sortie level stuff, which I think is like 110. Bladed rounds kicks in. You can see now the damage is even higher. Look at that. I'm getting a couple slash procs for 100 munitions, which is good. I think that guy's going to bleed out. Yep, he's going to bleed. just gonna go ahead and kill that guy. Go ahead and put a shot in for that one. And like I said, just look at the overall damage, right? Like, look at those values. Look at how quickly I can just chop through these guys. And again, these are level 105 enemies. And yeah, it's a pretty fun build. It's a fun weapon overall. I like it a lot. I enjoy just kind of running around and using this beam. I think the best thing that I can like relate it to is like, I don't know if any of you guys ever played Doom, but the BFG from Doom, the big fucking gun, like this thing it basically reminds me of that, right? That's what the Opticor is to me. It's the BFG of this game, and I love it. It's a lot of fun. Super entertaining weapon to use. I feel you can get kind of quite a bit out of it. Just in case you guys kind of want to see the viral build, I can show you guys that real quick, just so you guys can see the alternative. Like I said, if anything you guys want to use heavy caliber, you can drop off, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could just drop off bladed rounds if you really wanted to. Well, you should probably keep bladed rounds. I don't know what I took off for heavy caliber on the other one. I mean, you can run heavy caliber, just you have to kind of figure out what you're going to take off, whether it's going to be 100 munitions or bladed rounds in terms of this build here. But the choice is ultimately up to you, right? Like I said, I don't feel heavy caliber is a necessity. I just kind of use it because it's fun. I just wanted to have a build where it kind of is doing closer to the regular Opticor damage with all the buffs. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys here the viral build, just because I think this build is also pretty viable. The only problem with this build is that your status chance is only at 50%. So unfortunately, you're not guaranteed that viral proc, right? Like, you're not going to be procking it as much as you'd probably want to. But if you can get it to proc, let's see if we can get one, you're going to do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, so that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, alright, so we didn't get a viral there. Let me see. No viral on this guy. I think this guy got it. Let's try this one right here. Yeah. He got it, but we didn't kill him. Alright, so there you go. So typically when you have like a viral build like this, you kind of want to hit to 50% if possible, and then just let the slash do the work pretty much for you, which is essentially what'll happen. But yeah, you can kind of already see like this one's a little bit less reliable because you're kind of hinging on that that viral proc to kick in. But assuming it hits in, like I said, it does quite a mass amount of damage, as you guys can see right there. So that is pretty much my Opticor build. Just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick look at it. I don't really have too much that I can say beyond that. Like I said, the main things that I feel in this build are mandatory are going to be the following things. I think Serration, Split Chamber, Vital Sense, and Point Strike are all mandatory things on here. Elemental combo is kind of up to you. I like using 100 munitions just because I want to make use of the slash value out of the weapon. Because I just like slash builds. And then I have Argon Scope to pump up my crit even more to give me more out of 100 munitions. So realistically, if you didn't want to use it, you could take off 100 munitions. If you don't really care about the slash, you can completely drop this and run probably your heavy caliber or whatever you want to run and keep bladed rounds and all that other stuff. So I think this one is probably more so your option slot than anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the build, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you out, taught you something, or even just gave you a fun little build that you could try out. As always, guys, my links are in the description below. Please leave comments if you like, and please leave comments for me, feedback, anything like that. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, go ahead and dislike it. It's all good. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys had a good one, and to take it easy, let's do this one. Bye, guys.